it's real cause I give myself for you, give you.
Hey guys, welcome back to our channel.
My name is Priscilla.
And I'm Diana.
And this is Pre and
D.
So for this video, we're going to be telling the story of when we almost got kidnapped. But before that, we're going to shout out the person that got the race versus ethnicity question correct.
Charlie _32924.
And her answer is, go ahead.
Ethnicity and race is that the former is one's identity with a group of people who share cultural traditions of a particular homeland or hearth, whereas the latter refers to one's ancestral lineage. That was correct.
That's actually precisely correct the way the professor told us.
Perfectly. Thank you.
And since no one got the other question about the white man's DNA correct, there was a lot of DMs and messagings answering it, but no one got it correct because
it was a trick question.
So the real answer to that question is a white man shares 98.6% of his DNA with a chimpanzee. So the reason for that being a trick question is because a quick backstory, the white men used to say that indigenous people, or like native Indian people, were born from somebody having a baby with a monkey, and it was just an ironic thing for him to say because in reality his DNA is super similar to that of a chimpanzee.
So to simplify Charlie's answer, no matter what religion you are, what color your skin is, or what ethnicity you are, we are all one human race.
And that's why the answer was kind of like a trick answer, because indigenous people were seen as a completely different race because they were like, oh, well, you guys came from monkeys kind of thing. But in reality, it's not true. We're all just one human race. Okay, so we're going to get started with our story.
Okay, so it was this Saturday. We had a party to go to.
It was at the Knights Inn Hotel. It was like a little section of the hotel where they had parties, and that's where it was held.
Yeah, so we were just there. We ate first. We wanted to really start dancing because it had already been like an hour
since the party had started. No one was dancing.
No one was dancing. So, and there was like good music, so we wanted to like jump in, but we were like kind of nervous to be the first ones to be up there, but we ended up going and we started dancing, but we didn't see that much people like started coming. Like usually like when people when someone starts dancing, people are gonna
follow.
Yeah, but not
doesn't happen.
No, it wasn't happening there. So
we just decided to take a short little walk outside to the little pond area that they had with fishes on it.
Yeah, so we left the dance floor and we were just walking around. We were looking at the fishes in the pond, and we sat next to this bench right next to the pond, and we were eating like candy that we got from the party. We were just there, talking about our own stuff.
Yeah. And then suspicious thing number one happens. Two guys, they seemed like 20-ish, mid-20s maybe.
Mid-20s, maybe like,
Yeah, about that age. They passed by us, and you know how guys are when they see two girls dressed like
pretty. We were dressed like in pretty outfits, obviously.
Like heels, dresses, things like that. And like, they walk by and they're like, staring us down, and we look at each other like, oh my god, like, do you seriously have to do it right in front of our faces? And we were just like, yeah, let's just get away from here, because it is just a hotel, like there
was other people other than the people in the
living
party.
there, people like just staying there for the night. So we're like, nah, let's just go back inside. Who cares if it's like it's quiet or whatever. So we go back inside. And
like now we see people, a few, not a lot, dancing in the dance floor, but we go back and we sit, and right after we decided to leave the pond area, we go back in there, we get things from the candy table. We got like candies and like
the chocolates, like the fountain, things like that.
And so by this time it was already like time for the surprise dance and the dance, so we just sit there, and it's like 30 minutes long, or
it wasn't that long.
It wasn't that long. after the dance, we decided to go back to dancing, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we go back to the dance floor, and this time the DJ put like some Caballo Dorado, and
Yeah.
like everybody goes to the stage when
So
they hear
it was
that
getting
song.
kind of fun, you know?
Yeah, so then by this time there was like a lot more people dancing, and so we were having a good time, but we were both wearing heels that were hurting our feet, especially with the Caballo Dorado song. So we went back to sit, and it was already late, so we were thinking of leaving soon.
Yeah, and it was kind of like where it's like not that late, but the sun is already gone. It's already getting really dark. So we just decided, you know, like, let's just go home. And on that day, I was sleeping over Diana's house, so, you know, we leave together, you know, it would be okay. So we just both decided, yeah,
to leave at the same time.
I think it's time to go.
Yeah, so I grabbed my phone, I start calling my dad to come pick us up, but he's not answering. So instead of waiting in the lobby area, we decided to go outside of the hotel.
Don't ask us why. Don't know why.
We don't know why.
It's because it was really loud. We didn't want to be like around people because we were just trying to like slip out, you know. We didn't want to like explain like, oh, you know, like we're not feeling it, you know, we're not feeling good to somebody. So we decided to just go, you know, where the cars come in, pick up people, drop off people, so we can, you know, hear the phone right.
Yeah, but we didn't want to be there because there was a lot of cars coming in picking up people. We decided to leave like the loading area, and we walked to the front of the hotel, like to the sidewalk, but it wasn't like an actual big street. It was kind of like divided. Like there was a smaller street right like next to the big street. So
it was like big street, small street,
hotel.
loading deck,
Oh,
and then the
hotel. Yeah, so we left the hotel, passed the loading deck,
and waited in the street.
waited in the mini street, in the front. So then now I'm about to call my dad once more to see if he picks up. So then I'm on the phone now, and
then that's what
suspicious number 2 thing happens.
So you know, I'm kind of just like focused on the street, trying to find like a car, like her dad's car if he was already on the way. And I wasn't focusing, but then I hear someone like from behind us say like, hey, and I'm just like thinking that it's people loading, unloading, so I don't turn around. Obviously it's like nighttime. Why is somebody be calling me hey from the back? If it's like someone from the party, they'll be saying my name. And so this guy was just like, hey, and then I heard him near me, so I was like, oh no, someone better not touch me.
He was right behind us.
I was like, yes, may I help you? And like Diana's like over here on her phone.
I turned around and I saw the guy.
Yeah, she saw the guy. She's like, oh my gosh, and she completely ignored me. So I was like, oh god. I was like, yeah.
He was like this close to her,
and I was like, can I help you, sir? And he was like, yeah, like I see you guys are leaving. Do you guys want to come back to our room? We're having some drinks and this and that. And I was like, oh no, our mom's about to be here. And he was like, oh, your mom? And I was like, yeah, my dad too.
And then I'm on the phone, and I grab my flashlight and I like wave it to the street.
He's like, oh yeah, like Diana's like, oh, they're right here, here. And I was like, yeah, we have to go.
So then like he
was just like, oh, gotta go. And then like, you know, he was out. And I was like, oh no.
And
like,
he was
guy,
one of the two of the guys.
He was one of the suspicious number 1 people.
Yeah.
And so then, brilliant idea of ours, we decided to walk away from the hotel.
Instead of walking into the lobby where we'd be safe, we
were like, we'd be so safe at that stoplight. We just stopped that because it was like there was so much light there, the cars were passing by, so we were like, yeah, we'd be safe there away from this guy. We just wanted to leave him. So then we go.
So then we decided to walk down the street to the light area, and it's like right in the corner. So what do you think of 2 girls that are really nicely dressed with nice makeup?
Keep in mind, we just took off our heels. Our heels are in our hand because, you know, we were ready to run. So our heels are in our hand. Our dresses are like, you know, we're like picking them up like, let's go, we're going to fight someone. If we need to fight someone, you know? And so, you know, it calms down for 5 minutes. We even like sit down on some stairs like from the little like workplaces right next to us, and we're like, yeah, let's just like stand the stoplight, like it's fine now. So
now we're standing like at the stoplight because my dad had already called me saying he was on their way, and like it wasn't even that far from where I lived. It was like 15 minutes max, and like we thought like 15 minutes had already passed
because
so,
we were just like, it's time to leave
yeah,
now.
and we were kind of afraid at this time, like at this
like
point
we didn't
already.
want the guy to come back or something.
Yeah, so we were like really like wanting my dad to get there. So we're like standing and we're like searching for my dad's car. So then
she gets a call.
I get a call. So it's my dad. I
She
answer
answers it super fast because she's like, oh yes, he's
like
here.
he's here.
Mm-hmm.
So then I answer my phone and then I'm talking and then suspicious
again,
thing number 3.
when she turns around again, a speeding black car. I don't even remember the type of car.
It was like a Honda Civic.
It was
like
short,
a 98 Honda Civic.
It was so small. Came speeding around because we had mentioned there's like a small street that goes onto the bigger street.
Yeah.
Speeding around the stoplight that we were at, around it and onto the big street.
Yeah.
But before he got onto the big street, there was like 7 people in the car. It reeked of like
guys.
weed, of alcohol. It just smelled like guy. It smelled bad. And like
right next to us, because keep in mind we were in the corner.
You know, don't ask us why. But before, he could speed off, of course, somebody from the back had to open the door, and the store was screeching on the sidewalk. That's how close they were to and the guy stepped out, like his foot was on the floor, and he was reaching towards me. And I was like, Diana, come here! And she's like, Dad, don't hang up. And her dad was
I was like, don't hang up.
Her dad was about to hang up.
I was panicking.
And I was like, what the heck? And because he stepped down, he reached out to us, and I was like, oh no, give him my heels, because I was about
and then
I wasn't playing that day.
Yeah, so then the guy driving screams out and he yells at us saying like
where's the pizza?
Do you guys know where the liquor store is at? Like, I heard there's like a liquor store like in the corner.
And we're like that way.
I was like that way.
And I go that way. And they're like, where is it? Where is it? Just show us. And he's like trying to grab us. And we're like, oh my God. And
my dad's on the phone, and I don't know if he heard or not, but he never asked anything.
Yeah, he never asked it. But then right when they slammed the door to speed off, we see Diana's dad pulling up.
So then my dad's over here pulling up, and we're like flashing my flashlight.
Yeah, and our hearts are just like...
We were freaking out.
It the guy was so close to touching me, I could have been gone. Like, my life flashed before my eyes. And it was a very boring light.
Definitely. We were afraid. It was just like a crazy night.
Her dad did a quick U-turn, and we jumped in the car, and her mom was like, oh my gosh, what is wrong with you guys? And Diana was like, shh, don't be scared. And I was just sitting.
And my dad was like, do you guys want pizza? Do you guys want to eat anything? And we're over here anything. I don't know.
And so we got a large pizza and we ate it all.
And we went to see, and then we decided to tell our friends, but no one believed it.
I know. We called 3 people that night, oh my gosh, you're not going to believe. We told the story in 3 minutes. And they were like,
wow, really?
Oh.
Wow, well, that's not, really?
We were like, why does no one care? It was so scary. Yeah. And then, that was it. We woke up the next day, and I was like, Dana, do you remember what happened yesterday? Did that really happen? Did we almost die?
Yeah, guys.
And,
we almost got kidnapped twice on the same night.
Kidnapped, actually, it was, drugged and kidnapped. Because that guy totally wanted to,
that guy offered us. He was like, we have some drinks in our room.
Mind you that this wasn't recently. This was when we were younger.
Oh, yeah,
what
we
did
were
we look like?
Sophomore year of high school.
What did we look like?
I think I was 15. She was probably
I wasn't
14,
even 15. Yeah, because I turned 15 late.
Yeah, so I don't know.
We look like
little girls. They freaking
don't ask.
I can be your Clyde, you can be my wife. Text me, call me, and meet you in my life. Yeah, all day and every time I see you. My feelings get deep. I miss you, I really want to kiss you, but I can't say 789998212. You know that I miss you. I wanna get with you. No,
so guys, so thank you so much for watching. But this is the end of our story time. I hope you guys believe us because nobody else does. So before we close out the video, we want to give a very special shout out to
Charlie. Thank you so much for shouting us out, personally doing that, and giving us very inspiring words. Thank you so much for that.
We appreciate it.
We gained like a few subscribers
Because of you.
So thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Okay, guys, we hope you enjoyed our video. Make sure you share,
Like,
comment,
and subscribe to our channel.
We'll see you guys next time.
Bye.